Hey everyone, this is Bowhunting RadNek for Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal, and this is my little granddaughter, Miss Zena Popina. And we're playing today, and while we're playing, you get to watch 12 of my most memorable hunts over the years, and 20 minutes or less. So here we go. You ready for that? You want to say here we go?
Here we go.
There we go. You got it straight from her. As kids get married, when parents are buried, as grandkids appear, life sometimes austere. But one thing I know, this life is not slow. It's Jesus I'll follow, so life is not hollow. What about you? Going back 12 years, this is my first decent buck, and it's a wonder I even shot this deer because it was so quiet that morning. Every little noise, he was flinching. I think I hit that deer. I sure hope so. I think I just heard him crash. Nice and bloody arrow. There he is, right there. Oh yeah. There he is, man. He didn't go far at all. He ran about 30 yards maybe at the most. So I would definitely say that's probably a heart shot. Oh yeah. Heart shot for sure. Rainy, nasty, cold weather. That's exactly the weather you need to bring out the big bucks, and that's what happened on this morning. Hey guys, back at the cabin just checking out the video from the shot. I'm very disappointed with the shot. The shot is too far back. It may have got some liver. I don't think it got lung, so this is going to be an all-day wait and a long search. It's been well over 24 hours. I have been digging through brush, walking, well, according to the GPS, 10.8 miles. 8 days later, I found that buck. He had hidden up on a hill where I could not see him. I'd walked by that spot several times the day I was looking for him. And the pigs had gotten to him and drug him down off the hill where I could find him. All right, it's later in the season, so hopefully something will come in tonight. Exotic elk. Got a chance of shooting an elk, but there are elk around here. It's going to have to be a 5x5 or bigger. Any exotic, any big buck, any doe. We're game for anything tonight. So had this small doe come in, and you'll notice that as I shoot this deer, notice that I'm holding my arm on a Primo's shooting stick. Same principle, long range when you're shooting a rifle. The more steady you are, the better shot. Nailed him. 82 yards. My heart is pounding, man. 82 yards. All right, guys, we got our double-double. I found this deer that I shot with a bow about 30 yards back in here in this thick stuff. Definitely my longest shot by far. 82 yards. Hit him back, but I just let him stay overnight. Alright, it is opening week. Got my daughter with me. We're ready to go shoot us a big buck. She's probably got an itchy trigger finger. She's going to want to shoot anything that's decent size. On this day, my daughter finally got a chance at a decent sized buck, at least for her anyways. Well, last time you saw Keziah, she was in the blind shooting that buck. It looks like a fairly decent shot. It may be a tad low, but you're probably looking at about 8 to 12 inches of penetration, so not too worried about the shot, but we're going to give this buck overnight. Alright, now we're getting some good blood here. Decent anyways. It's not like pouring out, but...
We found the buck. He was about 50 yards, so my guess is it was a lung shot. I got my first big buck, so I'm excited.
Had a few years of drought on shooting a buck. Just was shooting a lot of doe, and then finally had my opportunity on this 3-year-old. That blood trail, and he came around, stumbled through these trees, and this is probably where I heard him crashing right there. Kaboom! He probably got up and crashed right out in the open, man. Oh yeah! Well guys, it's been a long dry spell. Last decent sized buck I shot was Mr. O. This guy's not quite as big as Mr. O, but he'll do. Makes a decent sized buck for this property. Right on cue, I had this big boy show up. So I was pretty excited, needless to say. And I was actually reading a book as this guy came in. I did not notice him coming in. When I finally did notice him, I made my way off the chair to try to set up the camera and get it rolling. But after a little bit, he seemed to relax, so I was feeling pretty good about my chances at that point. I was trying to get a little bit of pre-roll, and he decides he's going to leave, and now my heart is panicking right now. So watch how this ends. I was just thinking in my head, get a solid read on how far this is. He was 48 yards when he first comes out, and then he kept walking. You can barely hear it in the background, but listen for the big crash.
Yeah, I can hear him crashing down there. Yeah. Yeah. That was a nice buck.
Yeah, baby, will you look at that? Yeah. Oh man, I was trying to get the cameras all set up and trying to take some still pics before that sun went down so I get some good light. Man, I tell you what, he is, I thought he was an 11 point, but he's 12 point. He's got a point back here.
Good morning. We got us a beautiful, beautiful sunrise coming up behind me. We are back in the ladder stand. So we've got Mr. Decoy out there. And I'm going to do a little grunting and rattling again.
So I saw this big boy out about 100 yards, and he had seen the decoy, so he was coming in. But he noticed, I think, that doe at the feeder. So he turned 90 degrees and started heading right towards the middle feeder. That second snort wheeze really got his attention. He's ready to come take care of business now. Wouldn't you know it, he comes right into the spot where it blocks the camera.
Wacko.
I had judged him at about 30 yards, and so I used my 30-yard pin a little bit low.
Yeah, baby. We're tagged out.
All right, will you look at that? Man, I tell you what, this guy couldn't have come in any better.
I'm back in the blind tonight. It's about probably almost 7 o'clock. That fallow buck came in last night, but he stayed right over here and I couldn't shoot him. So hopefully that fallow buck's gonna come in tonight. See what happens, stay tuned.
So watch fast, it happens fast again. All right, guys, man, that was a lousy shot last night. But I'm sure hoping I find this deer. I've already looked over here for the arrow, right? I found the arrow right behind the feeder, right over here. Shot him here. He ran around this way, back around, and I had the spotlight on him. I know exactly where he ran into the trees, so I'm hoping he laid down and died. Yeah, baby, we found him right there. He was only, can you see him right through there? He was only about, he's maybe 100 yards. Oh, look at this. He's broke off. Hunting these things at night, you know, when you click that light on, you got about 2 to 3 seconds to try to pick your spot and shoot, because they're out. They hightail it out of there pretty quick. I've used white lights before in trying to hunt these things at night. As soon as that white light comes on, boom, they're gone. But
Hopefully we're gonna get us access deer.
to my pleasant surprise, guess who shows up? I think this is that same buck that I missed 2 weeks ago, and the one I didn't get video of while I was shooting at him. And I was really happy he showed up, but I didn't think he was going to come in. I thought he was just going to meander through. But eventually he makes his way to the feeder, and my heart was pounding out of my chest at this point. And I'm just thinking, come on in, big boy, so I can get a shot. So watch this as it plays out.
It looked like a good shot.
I'm worried about that arrow though. That thing hardly got any penetration. Yeah, baby, he's done. He is done. That must have been a double lung. double lung. This was one of my funnest hunts ever. Oklahoma, public land. Just went up there in 2021, see if I could shoot me a big old buck. And at least I had my opportunity. Meh.
I just missed that monster. I didn't have time to range him.
Meh. So go figure, I can kill a doe at 40 yards, but I can't kill a buck at 35. Meh. Meh. Whacked her right where you gotta hit her. That's how you whack a doe. This was my Thanksgiving buck last year. This was a lot of fun. Had the family out at the cabin on this day and was able to take the family out to recover this deer.
I shot that buck back a little bit. He's a dead buck for sure.
Hey guys, we found him. He's dead right here. He's about, he maybe ran 120 yards. But Draco, my daughter's little puppy, he's probably what, 6 months old, Desire?
Yeah.
6 months old. And he found the deer. He was like, we were going the wrong way, we'd find a little blood and he would find it and then he would go off some other way. It's like, what an awesome hunt that was. It was a fun hunt. He broke off his part of this tine here and he's broke off his brow tine as well. He's been scrapping and fighting probably.
Back in the tree. My last day. This bait didn't take me long because everything was still pretty much in the tree except for my bow and cameras, so got set up really fast. The bait was hit pretty hard, and so he dumped some more out there as we came in.
So I sat there from about 3 p.m. to about 8 p.m. Finally, the bear shows up. This bear would go out into the woods and eat a little bit and then come back and grab something and then skirt off to the side there about 20-30 feet in the trees, and it was just playing cat and mouse with me. This bear came in the last time. I knew it was leaving, so I had to really take my opportunity. So watch this as it finally plays out here.
Oh, you guys saw that shot. But that arrow is really, really bloody. I might have hope for this hit after all.
Yeah, baby.
It's a good sized bear, I believe.
It was a huge bear compared to the ones I've been seeing. Yeah, baby, what an awesome bear, man. Take a look at that thing. Got my first bear, yeah. Very exciting, man.
This is your first bear, it is.
Yeah, this is my first bear.